What if you could profit whether a stock moves up or down? You just need it to move. That's exactly what an option straddle strategy is used for. It's one of the most powerful option trading strategies for trading volatility, and I'm about to show you how it works. Let's get into it. This might be before your time if you're not an older person like I am. I'm almost 50 years old, but back in my day, in the 80s, I believe it was, there was a game show called Let's Make a Deal. And in this game show, one of the games was you could pick one of three doors. Now, of course, these doors were closed. You don't know what's behind 1, 2, or 3. And let's say, for example, we pick door number 2. Well, they would open up one of the two other doors. So if we pick 2, they would open up either door number 1 or door number 3 and show you what was behind it. So in this case, the car's behind door number 3. So they would open up door number 1 and they would say, "Oh, you're glad you didn't pick door number 1. Now here's the critical question. Do you want to switch your door? Do you want to go from door 2 to door 3? Let me ask you that question. Would you switch? Would you make the switch from having picked door number 2 and go to door number 3? If you understood the statistics behind it, you should always make the switch. Your statistical probability of success skyrockets. Now remember, if we had picked door number 2, they're going to open one of the two doors. They never open the one that has the car. They always open the door that doesn't. So 2/3 of the time, they're switching to the car. Okay, we selected 2, they show us 1, we flip to the car, there it is. As long as you picked one of the two doors that did not have the car, you're always switching to the car. If that's statistics, of course, now knowing the math, everyone would make the switch, right? So if you're ever on the remake of Let's Make a Deal and given the option, make that switch. Now, why do I talk about this? Well, options are nothing more than statistics. When we look at two candidates for a straddle, notice I've built a straddle on both of these stocks, and I specifically chose two stocks that were similarly priced. So Kraft Heinz is close to $24 per share. GameStop is close to $24 per share. So both stocks are around 24, but if we look at their straddles, they're very different costs. Now, what is a straddle? A straddle is buying both a call and a put with the same expiration at the exact same strike. Okay, why do you do that? It's a long volatility trade. What that means is that we're betting on the stock being very, very volatile. We do not care whether that volatility pushes the stock up or down. We just want it to pick a direction and go. We want an uptick in its volatility. It's a volatility trade. Well, why are these straddles? They're identical straddles. We're buying a call and a put with the same expirations, with the same strike prices. Why is Kraft Heinz going for $270, that's $270 of cost, where GameStop's is going for $560, that's $560 of potential risk? Why, with the stocks similarly priced, is GameStop's straddle 2 times more money and therefore 2 times more risk? This one has lower risk and this one has higher risk. Why? It's just statistics. The reason this straddle costs more is because GameStop is expected, it's anticipated to be more volatile. The options market looks at the track record of these stocks, and that's a lot of what gets priced into the options. They say, hey, GameStop moves a lot and Kraft Heinz moves a little. They're not going to be priced the exact same way because their historical volatility, the statistics on these stocks are such that they don't move the exact same way, right? So we need to understand that not all straddles are created equal, that some will be expensive and some will be inexpensive. So that brings us to an example trade. If we come over and look at silver, silver's chart has been explosive. Silver prices have gone from $30 for an ounce of silver to over $100 for an ounce of silver in about a year's time. Huge, massive volatility in silver. And you can see it in the chart. Here we have Bollinger Bands surrounding the stock. And the Bollinger Bands do a good job of showing some volatility. Here they're closer together, and here they are very, very far apart. You see the distance between the upper band and the lower band versus down here, closer together. Lower volatility, sky high volatility. We like to trade volatility to expand outward when these bands get really, really contracted. And we like to bet on volatility contracting when they're spread out a massive amount. At this point, the volatility in silver is such, and I'm willing to stake the claim. You see today's huge volume day. I'll bet you what comes next is a contraction of volatility, that this stock will have a volatility contraction and these Bollinger Bands will tighten up over time as the stock gets more choppy. Now is not a time to go buy a silver straddle because it's so darn expensive. If you wanted to buy a straddle in April at the current strike price to share price, it'll cost you $30. What does that mean? That means that silver has to go up or down by more than 30% in the next couple of months. Ask yourself this question: does silver usually move 30, 40, 50%? If it moves less than that in the next couple of months, it's going to be a losing trade. So if you spend $3,000 for a straddle, you have to have silver either end up below 68 or above 128 per share just to make a little bit of money. And to make a lot of money, you'd have to be way beyond that. You'd need silver up here at 150, or you'd need silver down here at 40. Those are not likely occurrences. So we don't want to take a lot of risk for a little tiny reward with a very terrible probability of success. No, thank you. That is not a recipe that creates profitability. Now, if you want to trade volatility strategies like straddles, strangles, iron condors as part of a complete option trading system, come and check us out at the Cashflow Academy. Link in the description. We're going to look for a chart like this with some contracted volatility. What's likely? Well, a volatility expansion. We don't know whether it's going to go up or down, but we're going to bet that volatility is going to ramp up a little bit. And so we come in and we build a straddle and we say, okay, I'm going to buy both the call and the put. This one's even out to May. They didn't have April expiration. We buy the 47.50s. That's closest to the price of the stock. The cost on this is $6, and that's $600. We've got our break-even prices here, 41.50 and 53.50. If we have a May expiration for UBS, the stock price is at 48. If we buy this straddle that costs $6, our max risk is $600. And we lose $600 if the stock lands right at 48. Pardon me, that's actually 47.50, I think, was the strike price. So 47.50, which would be like right here, we would lose $600. Why would that be the worst case scenario? Because if it lands right on top of the strike prices at expiration, neither one of those strike prices have any intrinsic value. They're both kind of a dud. Now, it's highly unlikely that it would land at that exact price. So the probability of losing the full amount, the max risk, is actually very low. Our break-evens were 53.50, which would be like right up in here, and 41.50 per share, which would be, here's 42, there's 40, so 41.50 would be right in here somewhere like that. And then we can drag these lines that connect those up. So this is the way that a straddle risk graph would look. So you can see, what do you not want to have happen? Well, notice all the negatives are if the stock is right here, close to the strike prices we traded. Remember, this is a volatility trade. We don't care which direction it goes, but we just want it to run. And if this stock takes off and it goes up, this has unlimited profit potential. Okay, this is infinite potential upside. Or if it goes down, this is infinite all the way to the stock going to zero. So this line just keeps running on and on and on. So there's unlimited potential whether the stock goes down a lot or up a lot. That's the way this risk graph looks. So notice big profits if the stock is falling a lot or gaining a lot. And even though we have $600 worst case scenario, again, probably not going to take that loss. Might lose 400, 300, 200, somewhere in here, but you're very, very unlikely to take a max loser. The probability of some success is decent if the stock does have the increased volatility that you were expecting. You do have to be right. You have to have analyzed the position correctly. But the beauty of this is you could make thousands of dollars on the upside and you're only risking, worst case, hundreds of dollars on the downside. So good reward to risk ratio. You need to pick your spots. You need to look at volatility. You need to assess the position. You need to follow some of these guidelines, and certainly you need a lot more info than I have shared today. Now, if you found this strategy helpful and this video enlightening, check out our debit spreads video. This one is killer. It's a great strategy for newer traders. Tap here to watch it now. And if you want the complete trading strategy for straddles and strangles, a checklist of what to look for, how to manage the trades, take partial exits, all of these beautiful elements that can be done, check out the Cash Flow Academy. The details are in the description below. We'll see you in the next video.